if you just imagine her uterus coming out of her body, what have you got? You've got a penis. That's what you've got. So consequently, the anatomies are really very, very simple. Okay, there's nothing simpler than a male anatomy. Here we go. The job of the male is to protect you, to feed you, and to support you. That's our job. And to impregnate you. That's our job in life. Your job is everything else. It is the progression of human civilization, to keep peace in the world.
Be careful what you say.
To provide gentleness. Now, how this got all turned around is a mystery to me, but in any event, here we go. My job in life is to produce these swimmers. These are called spermatozoa. Although this model doesn't show it very well, the spermatozoa is composed of some key parts. This is the head of the spermatozoa, and that's its official name. Within the head are the 23 chromosomes that Dad contributes to the child. Now, this particular model does appear to have a little nipple on it, and this nipple is anatomical. It's called the acrosomal cap. A-C-R-O-S-O-M-A-L, cap. In the acrosomal cap are about half a dozen digestive enzymes, hydrolytic enzymes. They are designed such as you guys, when you ovulate, the ovum, as it's sitting in the infundibulum, is releasing a chemical, believe it or not, called fertilizin. Some biochemist 50 years ago who thinks he's funny named it fertilizin when it was discovered. The job of the fertilizin is to soften this cap so that when the spermatozoon goes crashing into the ovum, the cap ruptures, hydrolyzes away the fertilization membrane, and is able to penetrate into the ovum. That is called a successful fertilization. Now, I'll tell you about the physiology of injecting the chromosomes in, but not right now. Immediately behind the head is the midpiece. 24 is the midpiece. That's its official name. In the midpiece is a long, thin strand of actin, number 26 on this model, called the axial filament. Two words, A-X-I-A-L, and then filament, F-I-L-A-M-E-N-T. The axial filament now is a strand of actin, but the important thing is that around the strand of actin there might be several hundred mitochondria. These red, thin lines are supposed to be mitochondria. The mitochondria are in the midpiece, and the mitochondria in the midpiece are doing the same thing that any other mitochondria has ever done, and that is to provide the enzymes for the production of ATP. However, in contrast to every other mitochondrion in our body, the male mitochondria in the midpiece can only use fructose as a nutrient.
What does it use?
Fructose. The same fructose we talked about yesterday. Now then, Mr. Chow, relax here. Don't go loading up on fruit. Fructose is one of the byproducts of the Krebs cycle, so your little spermatozoa can have all of the fructose they need to swim wherever they want to swim. See, being the only male in here, Mr. Chow, I have to pick on you, you see.
I know,
Unless there's,
voice
Is it-
now.
is there another one hiding someplace? Valerie, is there one near you?
No.
There is, no, Chow, you're out of luck.
You get the memo.
Yeah, I suppose you will. Anyway, the job of the midpiece is to provide ATPs. ATPs for what? Well, for the movement of the tail. Number 27, all the way down the line here, is the tail. And the tail kind of contracts like a snake, and then snaps. And when it snaps, it propels the spermatozoon forward. Got it okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, now, quite frankly, if you examine the models of the female reproductive system, you'll notice that that's quite a trip that the spermatozoon has to travel. Is a good 8 to 10 inches, and for a little spermatozoon, it might be quite a trip. So, is it any wonder, quite frankly, that it is difficult to inseminate her? Okay, now, let's look at his very simple anatomy. Here is his testicle. Number 1 is the testicle. The testicle is really several hundred tubes packed together within a testicular tunica, but that's for this afternoon, for this morning. The first tube to come out of his testicle and still stuck on the surface of the testicle, here we go, is in this model, number 2. It has a very strange name. It's called the epididymis. E-P-I-D-I. D-Y-M-U-S. The epididymis is a coiled tube that just exited his testicle, but is still stuck on the surface of the testicle. Got it okay? Now then, you'll notice, not very well on this model, but that the epididymis eventually comes off of the testicle and is flopping around in his scrotum. Incidentally, ladies, this is the scrotum. The sac in which the 2 testicles lie is called the scrotum. What it is thick skin. There's nothing too mysterious about it whatsoever.
That's number 16, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Number 16 is his scrotum. I really shouldn't phrase it that way. The scrotum. Anyway, once this tube leaves the surface of his testicle, it has its name changed to the vas deferens, 2 Latin words, vas, V-A-S, deferens, D-E-F-E-R-E-N-S. You've heard of a vasectomy, right? Well, what the surgeon does is to put a little cut in his scrotum, find the vas deferens, and either ligate it or snip it.
Would that be number 3?
No, this model doesn't show a vasectomy.
Oh, it doesn't, okay. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you mean the tube? Yeah, it's number 3, right. We still walking together okay?
We are.
All right, now, the tube enters his pelvic cavity. When the tube enters the pelvic cavity, it has its name changed again to the spermatic cord. And the spermatic cord goes all the way around his bladder. Now remember, he's got 2 of these, right? 2 of them? Mm-hmm. Okay, goes all the way around and eventually meets number 5 here. Number 5